Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are doing great. Happy Sunday. We got some NFL action today. Going to be a action-packed Sunday. Let's go ahead and like and subscribe. And this video is sponsored by ParlayPlay. Go ahead and check them out in the link below. Sign up and literally just sign up and you get two $5 risk-free bets without even having to deposit. And if you do deposit, you get a 100% match up to $50. So go ahead and do that. Risk-free money, guys. Go ahead and take it if you can. If you guys did that My Bookie risk-free bet this weekend, congrats, because it was just free bonus money or free money if you pick the right person. So yeah, two risk-free bets, guys. No brainer. Takes about like a minute to sign up. So go ahead and hop into it. Super fun player prop app. Get in on the risk-free money, and hopefully you could turn it into real money. And so yeah, go ahead and sign up in the link below, guys. And yeah, we're gonna hop into it here. A lot of matchups to cover, starting with the Carolina Panthers versus the Atlanta Falcons. Falcons opening up as 3-point favorites with the over/under at 46.5. You can get Atlanta on the money line at -140, Carolina plus 144. The last 10 head-to-head, Atlanta 8-2. Carolina coming off that 25-3 loss against the Giants. I mean, that was about as bad as it gets for Carolina. And then Atlanta coming off that 30-28 win over Miami. Carolina 1-6 covering against Atlanta, and they're 1-6 in their last 7 against Atlanta. Struggled mightily against the Falcons here. Yeah, coming off a 3-point game, I think it's just going to be a much better performance against this really good matchup for Carolina for a bounce back here against this Atlanta defense here. I think it's going to be a close game regardless, but I think a lot of people are going to be on Atlanta. I'm not. People are going to be looking at that last game. That was a fluke game. Sam Darnold stunk. I think it's a good bounce back. Going to buy a half a point, and we'll take Carolina plus 3.5. Next matchup, we have the Cincinnati Bengals versus the New York Jets. Bengals opening up as 11-point favorites with the over/under at 43. You can get the Bengals on the money line at -200. The Jets plus 430. The last 10 head-to-head, the Jets 6-4. Bengals coming off that 41-17 win over the Ravens. And then the Jets coming off that 54-13 loss against the Patriots. Bengals 1-9 in their last 10 on the road against the Jets. That's kind of a crazy stat, but Bengals are a much better team this season. Bengals going to be starting Mike White. I'm sorry, the Jets are going to be starting Mike White at quarterback. Not sure I love that. Their Bengals been playing really great football here, 5-2. I mean, that Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase connection is pretty real. And yeah, give me the Bengals -11. And there'll be a nice money line addition for parlays as well. Next matchup, we have the Los Angeles Rams versus the Houston Texans. Rams opening up as 16-point favorites with the over/under at 46.5. You can get the Rams on the money line at I'm seeing like -1,300, 1,400. Texans plus 805. The last 10 head-to-head, Rams are 3-1. Rams coming off that 28-19 win over Detroit. And then Houston coming off that 31-5 loss against Arizona. Rams 4-1 in their last 5, 4-1 on the road. I mean, yeah, Rams, they should be able to beat up on this Houston team coming off a 5-point performance against the Cardinals. It's not going to be much easier for the Texans here. Give me the Rams -16, and there'll be a nice money line parlay addition as well. All right, next matchup, we have the Miami Dolphins versus the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo opening up as 14-point favorites with the over/under at 48.5. You can get Buffalo on the money line at -220. Miami plus 645. Buffalo, last 10 head-to-head, Buffalo 8-2. Miami coming off that 28-30 loss against Atlanta. And then Buffalo coming off that 34-31 heartbreaking loss against the Titans. Miami 0-6 in their last 6 against Buffalo. This Miami team is bad. Very bad. And Buffalo's going to beat up on them. I'm going to buy a half a point. Got -13.5 just to be safe. But yeah, we'll take Buffalo -13.5. Then we'll take them on the money line. Next matchup, we have the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Detroit Lions. Eagles opening up as 3.5-point favorites with the over-under at 48. You can get Philly on the money line at -140. Detroit plus 163. The last 10 head-to-head, Philly 6-4. Philly coming off 33-22 loss against Vegas, and then Detroit coming off that 28-19 loss against the Rams. Philly 2-8 covering on the road here. I think it's a good spot for the Lions here. Would not shock me if Lions get their first win. Philly not playing that great of football. Offense looks very bad. Defense hasn't been that great. Lions, they've been pretty close in a lot of their matchups here. I think this is definitely the spot. Already got a good line at 3.5. I mean, Detroit plus 3.5 I think is a great play. We'll take Detroit plus the points here. Next matchup, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland opening up as 4-point favorites with the over-under at 43. You can get Cleveland on the money line at -150. The Steelers plus 190. The last 10 head-to-head, Pittsburgh 6-3-1. Cleveland 3-6-1. Pittsburgh coming off that 23-20 win over Seattle. And then Cleveland coming off that 17-14 win over Denver. It's looking like, let's see. It's looking like Baker's going to start. Man, I just think Baker should sit out. He's definitely playing hurt. Pittsburgh 13-4-1 in their last 18 against Cleveland here. Yeah, hurt Baker. They are getting Nick Chubb back, so that does help a bit. But yeah, this is going to be a very tough battle here. I think I'm going to take Pittsburgh plus 4. I think that's a good number. Baker coming in hurt. We'll see if, one good hit from this defense, man. I don't think he even plays. Yeah, give me Pittsburgh plus the points here. All right, next matchup, we have the Los Angeles Clippers versus the New England Patriots. The Los Angeles Chargers, I think I said Clippers, I don't know. Chargers opening up as 4.5-point favorites with the over-under at 49.5. You can get the Chargers on the money line at -145. The Patriots plus 182. Patriots 9-1 in their last 10 against the Chargers. Patriots coming off that 54-13 win over the Jets. Then the Chargers coming off that 34-6 loss against Baltimore. Well, they did have a bye last week, but Patriots 6-0 against the Chargers, 6-0 covering against the Chargers here. I just like the Chargers in this spot here. They got beat down against Baltimore, but offensively they're just way too talented than this Patriots team here. Yeah, I love the Chargers off that bounce back. I think Herbert's going to have a great game here, and they're going to get it done. We'll take the Chargers -4.5, and definitely take them on the money line as well. Next matchup, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the New Orleans Saints. The Bucs opening up as 4.5-point favorites with the over-under at 48.5. You can get the Bucs on the money line at -150. The Saints plus 187. The last 10 head-to-head, the Saints 7-3. Bucs coming off that 38-3 win over the Bears. Then New Orleans coming off that 13-10 win over Seattle. The Bucs 10-1 on the road right now. New Orleans 7-3 in their last 10 at home. Yeah, New Orleans really struggled last week. Going to be a tough assignment with this Bucs defense for Jameis here. These are always really good games here. I like the Bucs -4.5, but these are pretty cheap money lines here. So anything that's -3 or under -150, I'm taking the money lines. I think they're just the safer play instead of 4.5, because I could easily see Saints covering here. We'll take Tampa Bay on the money line. Next matchup, we have the Washington football team versus the Denver Broncos. Broncos opening up as 3-point favorites with the over-under at 44.5. You can get Denver on the money line at -140. Washington plus 156. The last 10 head-to-head, Denver is 4-3. Washington coming off that 24-10 loss against Green Bay. Denver coming off that 17-14 loss against Cleveland. Both teams struggling here. Denver on a 4-game losing streak. Washington on a 3-game losing streak. I mean, how can you really trust either team here? I'm going to buy a half a point. Get Washington plus 3.5. It's probably going to be a close game between two struggling teams. Give me the points with Washington. Next matchup, we have the Dallas Cowboys versus the Minnesota Vikings. Vikings opening up as 3-point favorites with the over-under at 51.5. You can get Vikings on the money line at minus 130. The Cowboys plus 135. The last 10 head-to-head, Minnesota 6-4. Dallas coming off that 35-29 win over the Patriots, and then Minnesota coming off that 34-28 win over Carolina. I'm seeing a lot of reports. I see a situation where Dak does not play this game. I'm seeing a lot of reports about Cooper Rush got a lot of work this week, and with this being a Sunday night game, we're going to see if Dak plays. That makes a huge difference here. If Dak plays, I'm taking the half a point, and I'm taking Dallas plus 3.5. But if Dak does not play, we're all over the Vikings here. This line's going to shoot up for sure. I guarantee it. -3. If Dak doesn't play, I bet this moves up at least 1, 2, maybe even 3 points, honestly. Would not be surprised. So this is a Sunday night game, so be sure to check that. If Dak plays, give me Dak plus the points. If Minnesota plays, or if Dak is out, give me Minnesota, whatever the points are. Or probably just a Minnesota money line, honestly. And then the last matchup, we have Monday Night Football. It's going to be the New York Giants versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs opening up as 10-point favorites with the over-under at 52. You can get the Chiefs on the money line at minus 450. The Giants plus 400. The last 10 head-to-head, Giants 5-2. Giants coming off that 25-3 win over Carolina. Kansas City coming off that awful game against Tennessee, 27-3. Giants 8-1 covering against the Chiefs, 5-1 in their last 6 against the Chiefs. Listen, this Chiefs team is struggling. They're not the same team. They're just not the same team that they've been the last few years. The defense is bad. Patrick Mahomes is bad this season. He's just throwing so many interceptions and fumbles. The offense doesn't look good. Normally, I would say I would take them -10 all day, but I can't do it. They've been so bad. I know it is the Giants here, but this defense is very bad. I just can't trust them. I think the Chiefs do win this game here, but 10 points is a lot. I could definitely see the Giants covering. I could see the Giants winning this game outright. The way the Chiefs have been playing would not shock me one bit. We'll take the Giants plus 10. And that's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Sunday. And I'll see you guys Monday. Have a good one. All right, next matchup, we have the San Francisco 49ers versus the Chicago Bears. The Niners opening up as 4-point favorites with the over-under at 39.5. You can get the Niners on the money line at minus 155. The Bears plus 180. The last 10 head-to-head, Chicago 6-4. Niners coming off that 30-18 loss against the Colts. Chicago coming off an embarrassing 38-3 loss against Tampa Bay. The Niners 2-5 on the road against Chicago here, but they are 13-6 covering against Chicago. I watch football every weekend. I watch Chicago. They are the worst offense I've probably ever seen. I mean, it is hard to watch a Chicago Bears game. They're just very hard to watch. I just can't trust the Bears here. We'll take the Niners -4, but really I'm probably going to take them on the money line. That's more of a money line play. Hard to trust either team here, but trying to trust the Bears to cover any kind of game plus any points, I'm not going to do it. I'll take the Niners in this spot. Next matchup, we have the Tennessee Titans versus the Indianapolis Colts. Colts opening up as 2.5-point favorites with the over-under at 51. You can get the Colts on the money line at minus 130. The Titans plus 130. The last 10 head-to-head, both teams 5-5. Titans coming off that dominant 27-3 win over Kansas City, the 34-31 win over Buffalo. Playing really great football here. Colts coming off that 30-18 win over the Niners. Titans are the better team here. It's crazy they're getting plus money and the underdogs. Love Tennessee. I'm gonna buy a point. just to get them at 3.5. 3.5 is the ultimate, really the ultimate betting spot, honestly, in a close game because you get that free field goal. We'll take Titans plus the points here. I just think, both teams are going to run the ball. Going to be a tough game here, but I'll take any points that they're given to the Titans. And we'll roll with Tennessee here. Next matchup, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Seattle Seahawks. Seattle opening up as 3.5-point favorites with the over-under at 44.5. You can get Seattle on the money line at -145. Jacksonville plus 165. The last 10 head-to-head, Seattle 5-3. Jags coming off that 23-20 win over Miami. Seattle coming off that 13-10 loss against New Orleans. On a 3-game losing streak since they've lost Russell Wilson. The offense just has not looked good. Battling a lot of injuries here. Hard to trust Geno Smith. This offense just really isn't going. Can't trust the Seahawks in this spot. I just don't know if I want to do it. I'd feel very uncomfortable. Jags 1-5. They have nothing to lose. They have more weapons on offense and a better quarterback in Trevor Lawrence. Give me the Jags plus 3.5. I think it's going to be another close game with a Seattle team, that defense stinks. And, they haven't gotten more than 20 points in their last 3 games here. Give me Jags plus the points.